Good evening, you're now with me, Lorenzo Isaac, for TVS Nightline. Here are the headlines for tonight. Sarawak plans to use mobile battery energy storage systems to provide electricity to rural areas. PBB Sarawak's unity and relevance rely on consensus, strengthening Bumiputra and Pusaka wings. The Sarawak government envisions to use the battery energy storage system for energy generations in rural areas. Premier Sarawak, Datuk Petinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg said, similar to that of a power bank, this mobile technology allows the battery to be transported to rural areas for electricity supply.
Tapi bagi saya ialah prinsip yang di mana kita boleh mengeluarkan tenaga cara baru dan renewable melalui bateri, dan ini saya rasa adalah satu teknologi yang pendekatan yang baru, pertama di Malaysia. Dan kalau ini berjaya, mungkin kita boleh letakkan di tempat-tempat yang lain. Kenanya tu kontena. Jadinya mobile, kita tarik je kontena, sini je kita nampak. Jadi saya dalam tarakan ada berfikir juga ini boleh digunakan di luar bandar, kerana kita boleh menambahkan pengeluaran tenaga di kawasan-kawasan luar bandar menggunakan bateri. Kalau baterinya lemah, charge kita. Tadi cadangkanlah kepada Datuk Segini. Kalau ini yang bagus, mungkin juga kita akan cuba untuk mengeluarkan bateri. Kena beri motor kita dah ada, ya. Tapi itu cadangan aja lah, just a dream. But the dream can come true.
Sarawak plays a crucial role in trade relations between Japan and Malaysia, especially in the green energy sector. Japanese ambassador designate to Malaysia, Shikata Noriyuki, reiterated that relations between Sarawak and Japan are growing, with Sarawak being seen as a strategic partner in their shared sustainable energy transition. Shikata, who visited Malaysia last November, describes his official visit to Sarawak as a significant step in strengthening bilateral relations.
Earlier this year, last month, Japanese Prime Minister Ishiba Shigeru visited Malaysia, the official visit, and discussed our cooperation in green transition. And of course, His Right Honourable Premier Abang Johari attended that bilateral summit meeting, and Sarawak was taken up as an important venue for Japan-Malaysia cooperation. So we are talking about the national level cooperation. So I wanted to come to Sarawak as early as possible to discuss with His Right Honourable how we could proceed with progress of this cooperation, especially in the area of green energy.
At the meeting, Shikata also expressed support for the proposal to expand the international flight network via Air Borneo, including the possibility of a direct flight between Sarawak, Japan.
So this is something I have been informed from the Premier. And of course, these kind of the business-related green energy investments need to see lots of kind of traffic, the exchange between Japan and Sarawak. So if there will be direct flights, more convenient flight routes, that would probably be conducive to deepening our relations. And also not only business, but also people-to-people exchange, including students coming to study at UNIMAS.
Besides economic benefits, the direct flights will also strengthen the relationship between both countries, among them in the education sector. Dato' Fazruddin Abdul Rahman has been reappointed as the Chief Political Secretary to the Premier of Sarawak effective today. The swearing-in ceremony held at Wisma Bapa, Malaysia was witnessed by the Premier, Dato' Pendiri Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg.
Saya, Dato' Fazruddin bin Haji Abdul Rahman, yang telah dilantik untuk memegang jawatan sebagai Setiausaha Politik, dengan sesungguhnya mengisytiharkan bahawa saya tidak akan secara langsung atau tidak langsung berhubung dengan sesiapa atau mendedahkan sebarang perkara yang akan dibawa untuk pertimbangan saya atau yang dimaklumkan kepada saya sebagai Setiausaha Politik, kecuali yang diperlukan untuk melaksanakan tugas saya dengan cara demikian atau yang hanya dibenarkan oleh Yang Amat Berhormat Premier Sarawak.
This reappointment extends his tenure in the role, which he first assumed on February 18, 2022. Over his 3-year term, Fazruddin remains instrumental in the state's administrative delivery system. Fazruddin, who is also the Tupong Assemblyman and serves as the chief of Parti Pusaka Bumiputra Bersatu PBB Tupong branch. Also present at the ceremony were Deputy Premier Dato' Amar Dr. Sim Kui Hian, Sarawak State Secretary Dato' Amar Muhammad Abu Bakar Marzuki, Deputy State Secretary Economic Planning and Development Dato' Sri Dr. Muhammad Abdullah Zaidel, Deputy State Secretary Administration Dato' Baklen Bange, and department heads. The Parti Pusaka Bumiputra Bersatu PBB Sarawak has been urged to recruit more new members to ensure continued support for the party and the Gabungan Parti Sarawak GPS coalition. Deputy President of PBB Sarawak, Dato' Amar Douglas Ukambas, emphasized that special attention should be given to young voters aged 18 to 39 in the region.
Pada tahun 2022, pengundi Sarawak bertambah 59.4%, seramai 1.945 juta. Angka ini tahun 2024 adalah 2.08 juta bagi tahun 2024. Tapi apa yang kita harus ambil perhatian adalah 50.17% ataupun 1.007 juta kita lelaki mengundi. Wanita 49.83 ataupun 101 juta 0.08 pula wanita.
He said this when officiating the 16th General Assembly of the PBB Youth and Women's Wing at the Borneo Convention Centre, Kuching, BCCK, on Friday. Consensus among leaders within Parti Pusaka Bumiputra Bersatu PBB Sarawak has been a long-standing tradition and a solid formula, one that keeps the coalition strong and relevant to this day. Deputy President of PBB Sarawak, Dato' Amar Douglas Ukambas, said that continuous consensus among members fosters understanding between the Bumiputra and Pusaka wings, particularly during party elections at the General Assembly.
Kita memang ada cara. Kedua-dua sayap ini kita ada saluran yang jelas. Saya timbalan Presiden dan Ketua Amat Tengah dari Bumiputra, timbalan Presiden juga. All going down the line. Maknanya perahu dengan sipnah bertemu. So there is no issue of racial and religious competition. That make us all very strong.
Uga, who is also the Deputy Premier of Sarawak, explained that this tradition has been upheld at the all levels of the party, including the grassroots. He noted that leaders from both the Bumiputra and Pusaka factions agree that the people of Sarawak must remain united under one common platform. Although this practice is not explicitly stated in the party's constitution, it is respected and maintained as a guiding principle. Therefore, he emphasized that strong unity among the Bumiputra community has been the foundation for the government to continue its development agenda in the region. Meanwhile, PBB Women's Chief Dato Sri Fatimah Abdullah reaffirmed the commitment of Parti Pusaka Bumiputra Bersatu PBB's Women Wing to realizing the Sarawak Maju Makmur 2030 aspiration. She emphasized that in the second half of this year, the movement will continue prioritizing the targets outlined in the Post-COVID-19 Development Strategy 2030.
30. Bertunjangkan kemakmuran ekonomi, keterangkuman sosial dan kelestarian alam sekitar. Kaum wanita mempunyai tanggungjawab untuk memastikan anak cucu kita, generasi muda, mendapat pendidikan berkualiti, memiliki nilai-nilai murni dan menguasai kemahiran yang relevan untuk menjadi modal insan terbaik bagi memenuhi keperluan tenaga kerja yang berkualiti dalam pembangunan ekonomi baru demi Sarawak yang makmur.
Fatimah further stressed that the PBB Women's Wing is also committed to strengthening social well-being and inclusivity by advocating for equality, addressing poverty and gender equity issues, ensuring no group is left behind in assessing social welfare and essential services for a dignified and improved quality of life. Sarawak's very own airline, Air Borneo, has been encouraged to adopt a hybrid business model to ensure long-term sustainability while making air travel more affordable and accessible across Borneo and the wider ASEAN region. Deputy Dean at the Faculty of Economics and Business UNIMAS, Professor Dr. Evan Lau, said that the model strikes a balance between profitability and competitive pricing for passengers.
Hybrid means that on one side, we want to contribute to the societal, means that to the society overall, not just to Sarawakian, but the people around the region here. That's first, number one. Number two is that, of course, at the same time, also they can make some profit to ensure that the company sustain for the long run. Hybrid means that they make money on one side. They also at one side also they contribute to the society in terms of having a more better pricing, perhaps subsidized pricing, and so on and so on.
At the same time, Dr. Evan recommended Air Borneo to form strategic partnerships with governments, travel agencies, and regional airlines to boost tourism and improve connectivity across ASEAN.
Perhaps with the government-to-government kind of agreement, the kind of thing, maybe with the regional Indonesian, regional countries like Indonesia, Thailand, Philippines, Singapore, or even the Vietnam, Cambodia, and so on. The partnership there could bring in certain amount of profit in that sense, would be able to sustain the business for the long term. And on top of that, we know that tourism is one of the important economic fundamental sectors in the world and also in Sarawak here.
In addition to that, Dr. Evan emphasized the importance of brand development in order for Air Borneo to establish itself as a leading regional carrier.
You have to bring up the branding, the identity, so that people will know this is a good marketing, and from time to time we promote it through any of the events and so on and so on. Then from time people will know, and then we have alternative. More importantly, the customer have more alternative. When you have more alternative, we have a choice. So that's where competition come into the picture.
With a hybrid model, strategic partnerships, and a strong brand identity, Dr. Evan believes Air Borneo could play a pivotal role in regional connectivity, making air travel more accessible across Borneo and ASEAN. Those were the updates on TVS Nightline. I'm Lorenzo Isaac. Thank you for watching and have a good night.
Allah